Hi there, my name is Lori Givney and I recently completed my AFT certification with Teresa Hermann, and I just can't say enough good about what a wonderful experience it was. I learned about AFT, I think, through seeing a post in one of my uplines Facebook groups, and it was just an offer for an AFT certification that was coming up. And I contacted Teresa, and she very graciously told me about it, explained to me what the process was because I knew nothing about it. I promptly then said, yeah, I don't have time. And then a couple months later, she reached out to me again and said, hey, I know you expressed an interest. Are you still interested? I'm offering an in-person certification. And somehow or another, at some point along the way, I just realized that, yeah, I needed to stop waiting until I thought I had time, and I needed to just go do it. And I sort of went back and forth about whether I should do the in-person certification or if I should do the online certification. And I opted for the in-person, and I'm so glad that I did. I can't tell you enough what I think that process was like for me in terms of having that in-person, real authentic connection to the process. First of all, when I did it with Teresa and I went for the certification, it was my first time doing AFT or even receiving AFT. So I was glad that I got to do that in person, and I think that was an important part of the process for me. The other thing that I think really I got out of it was, obviously I started the 2-day intensive, and then we continued, through the certification process for the next couple of months actually, by doing, some Zoom calls and that sort of thing and connecting that way. And one of the things that I know for sure is that by being there in person, I got feedback that I don't know that I would have been able to receive as I was doing my first few AFT sessions with people. I don't think I would have been able to get that same authentic feedback as I did, with having Teresa right there. We were able to talk about sessions that happened, and there are so many things that I realized don't come across when you're doing a video of something. Or I'm not to say that there isn't some benefit to that, absolutely there is, but it's just a little bit different. And there are so many subtleties to it, and really having that connection with the person that you're working with it is so very important. And being able to have feedback from Teresa, that says, listen, I could see that you responded when, the person's body language changed and things like that. And I think sometimes that doesn't come across in video. So I'm so glad that I took the time to do that 2-day intensive. And Teresa has just been a phenomenal mentor. And I don't say that from the perspective of it's not always been easy. There were times along the way where I needed a little push, and I sometimes had to hear things that I didn't really want to hear, and she was perfect. She was perfect in terms of giving me that push when I needed it, but also giving me that reassurance when I needed it. And I'm so glad I've done the process. I'm so glad I've done the process with Teresa, and it's been a phenomenal experience, and I can't wait to see where my AFT certification takes me. And Teresa, I adore you, and I just wish you all the best. So sign up, take that class with Teresa.